We now move on to our next session, a very interesting session by Dr. Xuan, Professor of Geology and Petroleum Engineering, Ho Chi Minh University of Technology, who will share the outlook on the most interesting topic in Vietnam's renewable energy opportunities and challenge. A quick introduction. Welcome, sir. Professor has currently been working at the Faculty of Geology and Petroleum Engineering, Ho Chi Minh City, University of Technology, Vietnam. His areas of interest include petroleum, geology, renewable energy, and risk management. He holds a Bachelor of Engineering and Master of Engineering in Petroleum Geology, MBA in Industrial Management from Ho Chi Minh City University of Technology, and Doctor of Science in the year 2012, and postdoctoral fellowship in Energy and Mineral Resources from Sejong University, Korea. Dr. Hui has more than 15 years of oil and gas experience spanning technical and commercial exploration and production operations. He has become a lecturer and teaching students of university since 2003. He worked with many energy projects and as an advisor. He's the author and co-author of more than 50 published technical papers on the SEI journals, SPE, on Petro, AAPG, and international conferences around the world. He is he is into renewable energy, especially development for wind offshore projects in Vietnam. Glad to have you.
Thank you. Now, thank you, Ganesh, inviting me to be here and share the information in some the opportunity in challenge renewable energy for all of the audience. And now today, and I share with you, and I will share with you about the opportunity and challenge renewable energy sector. Next. We have the A section, but you know that now in Vietnam, very high economics. I show you the numbers, some the tax rate and the total electric price and something on the Vietnam population near the 100 million and GDP very high increase and now GDP almost here. Just that's and I summarize on the economic in the World Bank in ASEAN. You see that and GDP in Vietnam rise very high on the ASEAN countries. Yeah. Power sector. Now and I take from some data from the Vietnam electricity here, and you see that you see that and industry and consumption consumption in electric is more than 50%. After that, and resident and management use and 35.3% here. You more of the commercial and energy here. And now and today, 2020, you see that in the industry electric consumption industry in the construction very increase here. And for forecast in 2030 and industry, this sector increase 60%. Right. Now you see that I give you some basic the character and the energy use and electric price. Now today and we calculate the electric price here follow in the ranking level this year, and you see that and now in Vietnam electric price around and 7 and 12 US cent per kilowatt hour here, and just average video. And we go to the next slide. Electricity production in installed capacity 2000 until 2019. You see that most of them now we the coal occupy in the more than 40%, and hydroelectric 37%, and renewable very little bit here, right? And And today, 2000 and renewable 9 increase 9.9%. Maybe today 12 more than 12% increase. And predict in 2030 and renewable will increase in 12. A little bit in the project the renewable accepted and get a code GOE. And that reason and we analyze in the SWOT analysis in the design one. Now we have what we have and strength, weakness, and opportunity and risk. And I see that and good fit for wind and solar. Now you see that and why in the wind and solar very developed very fast because the electric price for the very high possible and the price very high on the world possible and solar energy and wind energy now 9.35. I think that's the very high. That's what we call attract and approach investment. Focus on renewable and policy. The way we find approval now and in contact quantity reality exemption. I think that we encourage for the investment and land free waiver. Actually, in the land we the price why low compared that in another country. So which a policy tax incentive. Most of the equipment in talk in Vietnam we free and the tax maybe zero. We tax incentive very effective and policy and focus and renewable and witness non-bankable problem here. All of and possible and some project public and policy and legal, but we difficult to learn from in the bank and local bank difficult, but in investment across attract right direct PPA purchase and not allowed and witness the high-end rate because you know that now many projects developed but about how to take the land development project. The problem we call the conflict in the population people, local people like local and the government and the investment. Very how to solve and conflict. Very difficult here. Now we have the rule and 1 megawatt and we have 1.2 hectare for solar and some the wind, but wind offshore different. Wind offshore different, very difficult. Going in low, domestic and not forage, and dispute resolution and no international arbitration. The church transfer to the project after the court. Now most of you know that after get the court and transfer, maybe and they transfer the project, escrow, account, security, long several time for approval with the multiple central and state agency delay in the land acquisition. Yes. Now and I show you and you know that solar region we have the central south from here on up the southern we have the radiate very high and the wind very high potential from around Bình here during the Vũng Tàu most of the here and you see that the red color here and red color the high the wind very high speed rate maybe in the 10 and more than 10 met per second. Now in Vietnam, government Vietnam want to develop in offshore wind, and maybe we refer for the government. And I give you a location. Most of the location renewable project here. You see that. Some the yellow color. Most of the renewable we have set up or something like that. You can see very easy. And some projects they set up in the Thailand. Now I give you some the key point and regulation policy. Most of the project are renewable 20 years. This in tariff, right? And now today, before we get the cost for solar project 9.37 US kilowatt hour. Yet before in the 30 June in the last year, everybody they know that. But now today, the government before in the income and get the cost in the end of this year. And now my friend run the manage project here how to get the target and the deadline and this year. You know that and onshore and offshore wind. Now very interesting. I think that if the invest the onshore wind and offshore wind, I think our government like this because you know that this price very high on the world. I compare all of the Denmark, Europe, and something like that, and this price very high. I think that's very interesting. But offshore wind, we don't have. We rent for the marine as well. I think now the government they give the rule and 1 hectare for in the 3 million Vietnam đồng, maybe in the 130 US dollar for the hectare. The marine. I think that's very interesting. And how can the wind offshore wind project now they make work now and government have not yet and give in the how to rent for in the water area how to now and I think that the next year they the government they give in the rule the marine rule how to I give you now decision 13 and 2010 and floating solar, like the government they give and 7 point I think 9 and US 10 or in kilowatt-hour. Yeah. And solar energy, this is the price, and the rooftop 8.38. You see that this price maybe I think that the deadline in the end of this year. I think that now the next year I think that direct PPA and or maybe they some people and they say that and maybe in the government run the two way. The first increase reduce the this price and the DPPA. DPPA for in the testing or testing. But I think that this price will be reduced in the next year. Reduced maybe 10%, maybe 10% from this the price. And PPA condition risk and mitigation option here, and PPA unstable. Why is the PPA unstable? But even in the PPA and the EPA approved for make the contract with the investment and PPA, but very difficult to launch from in the banking because we have the many problem here. Right? That's the difficult how why and local investment difficult to develop and renewable energy, but convenient for the abroad investment. Because the abroad investment, you have interest rate very low, maybe in 4 and 5%. But now in the local company maybe loan from in the banking now 11 and 12%, very high. And if we cannot if we do not calculate and the finance project we can lose. Difficult to return on the investment. Solar and wind project approve project here. I give you how to approve project and the master plan approve here from the site identification until the construction. You know that one project in Vietnam today, for example, in wind onshore, and if we do everything. And we have the regulation approved from the MORT, right? We do take around 1.5 million until 2 million for the in the regulation. But we still for possible we buy in the land, we buy in many things, right? Depend on the project, and we can buy in. That's the price. The PPA signing project here. I give you the basic how to process and get and the PPA signing project here. The timeline here. I give you the detail how to we get in the PPA from beginning until they get the course and sign the PPA and scanning the FSA approved here during. I think that around in near the 18 months until the 2 years. I give you some case here. Some case and the head and value. We check for we give you the detail in calculate and the finance here. And land service free. Fee 2% land value is the typical finance option. We have many take the debt from the bank, local bank, take the construction finance, and take the finance from international banking payment, and intermediate finance, and ABC finance, and credit, equipment supplier, ABC contracts. I mean, most of we negotiation take a long time for in the banking. In conclusion, just I give you in the overview, and we want to detail, and I think that they have the guideline how to do. I think that not difficult. And opportunity, and you know that, and Vietnam increase over like 10%. We hungry electric consumption. Now we do not enough for the electric actually, and and we meet in the growing demand possible, and 2000 today we need and 60 gigawatt electric here, and until next 10 years we need to 130 gigawatt here, and we every year, and we did develop and 6 gigawatt and 7 gigawatt every year, right? And we need 150 billion for the average. A lot of why I say that in Vietnam now, and people in the like develop in the green energy. And challenge I give you and some of the challenge when you investment in Vietnam. Possible lack of the capital funding. I think that if the overseas if you overseas can solve this problem, and low tariff coupled with a high investment cost in the newer technology. Lack of the qualified human resources. I think that the possible my university, the best university in Vietnam, and actually and don't have the video energy, but for some me, my learn myself. Possible student and graduate, they learn myself. I learn prayer, learn in company, sell learn most of them. And under developed in support industry here, which risk capacity. You know it now. Why in some the project in renewable in lithium control, a lot of the they actually the grid grid of permit and 1 gigawatt, but a lot of the renewable developed in the lithium control 5 gigawatt. How can that reason that most of them reduce the capacity around more of 40%, 40%. And my friend reduce, and because the grid capacity here very big, very low, and we need and we call in the investment make the new grid possible. You know that which province consumption electric. I think that the Ho Chi Minh, the Bình Dương and Vũng Tàu province, most of the dynamic economic here, but in digital control, and we make the very long and the grid, and we spend a lot of money for the construction for the grid, and I think that, and if southern part near we develop in the LNG possible, and Cái Mép port, and now in the Korean company partner they develop in the LNG, and we make in the underground in the LNG, and they just supply energy supply. Unbankable power forecasting grid. in Europe and America, I think that still very high. But solar this right. I think that the next year and next year we go to the EVA, but and we this not still here. And we carry propose and for example, and I think that we are ranked from 10, 6.6, 10. And I meet them some the local investment. They say they tell me 7 the solar price and below I think the this price is still is okay, still benefit, no problem. Yeah, they say that. The problem in the offshore how to take in the marine area very difficult because I hope so. I hope so. In the next year, the government they give the rule and regulation. And in the petroleum production here, we have the petroleum law long time. I think that into develop in the offshore wind. I think we should follow that petroleum law and we step by step make it. And now most of the project they take that area, and I think that's high now. And we don't have the renewable energy law that we still make the clearly, and I think that the as soon as possible, and government they done that the renewable law will very evident. So, okay, thank you. And by March, and I give you something some the price here and a solid way to energy. Now solid way energy, and it's very interesting. Many the investment from China and Korea they lie in the develop in the solid way to energy, and you know that, and because the problem we have a lot of the way, right? But how to take the way, but very difficult problem in Vietnam, and some of the investment from Korea and China they want to develop the solid waste. We don't have the solid waste here. Very difficult. How to classify in the way, and I think that we follow in the traditional way. Now today we how to adapt in the new way. Very difficult. Very how to change. I think that we that's the solid waste. But very difficult. Now we don't have the land, right? The land yield we not enough, and that problem. And biomass is okay. Biomass now just very low, but in the near future, and change the policy and we the price the future in the biomass. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Audience, any questions regarding the renewable energy? All right. Thank you so much, Professor Xuan. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I request Mr. Ramesh to hand over his own momentum.